What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, we're in my freaking basement because it is pouring rain outside, half asleep, it's cold, the weather sucks. So I figured what better day to go ahead and fix, or should I say, rebuild my my Motorguide trolling motor. I have the Motorguide Xi3 24 volt 70-pound thrust, and the seals have gone in the back, and I got a bunch of water intrusion in it, and it just basically imploded. I replaced the armature inside, I replaced the brushes, but the kit that I bought did not come with those rear seals, which I thought were okay, but they are definitely not, because I got like one tournament out of it and it got full of water once again. So much water that you could like tip it upside down and the water would run out of the head of the trolling motor. It was crazy. So what I decided to do was I found a place, Lakeside Marine and Service, I believe is what it's called. I'll put a link of it down below, but they had complete lower unit assemblies that they could special order from Motorguide. So I got one of those, and I got a new shaft because I wanted to cut the shaft down just a little bit further and get it a little bit shorter. So anyways, if you want to see something cool, well, I hope it's cool. I hope it works out. I've never done this before, but I'm going to try and do it now. So anyways, if you want to check it out, see how I get everything back together, keep watching. If you don't, probably a good time to leave now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my chest mount on, put the camera on so you guys can see it as I'm doing it. I think that might be the best way. I don't really know, but like I said, I've never done this before, so kind of hopefully learn with me. Hey, whatever, don't judge me. Hey, anyways, let's get down to it. Okay, chest mount engaged. Let's go over what we got going on here. That is the motor that I want to rebuild. So basically what I did was I went, like I said, to Lakeside Marine and Service. I bought a new shaft. I've already cut this one down. And I bought a new lower unit assembly. So that is in here. And I'm going to leave it in there while I install the shaft onto it. And I went and bought some thread lock for putting a new shaft in a lower unit assembly so it makes it watertight. Got that from Trolling Motor Parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right on here. I'm going to run these wires up through the shaft. Then we're going to screw this bad boy right into this lower unit assembly. What's in this box is this right here, what you're looking at right here. And this is going to be what I'm taking off. And I'll unscrew the head there, take it off. I'll unscrew all the screws that hold the cover on. I'll take that off, and then I'll undo the wire nuts that hold these wires that come up from here. And then basically I'll take this collar off, boom. This whole head will come off, boom. I'll slide this shaft and this lower unit right out of the transmission assembly. It should just slide right out of there. And then once this is all back together inside the new lower unit, I'll slide everything back up through the transmission, put the collar back on, connect the wire nuts up there, and then put the head back on, and we should be good to go. So anyways, let's start with getting the wires run up through there. Should be pretty straightforward here. Basically just going to take these wires, I'm going to run them right up through the shaft, and we'll pull them out the top. I know some of you are laughing at my Crocs. I really don't care. There we go. Pull these guys right out, leave us a little bit of slack for right now. Get down here and put some of this trolling motor thread lock on here. The reason why I'm leaving this in the box is because I think it'll just be easier to get the shaft in there, and I won't have to hold that or whatever as much. So I have no idea how much of this I should be putting on, so I think I'm going to apply a pretty liberal amount. If you know what you're doing and I'm doing this wrong, go ahead and drop some comments down below and let me know if I'm effing this thing up or what. But anyways, let's get this thing screwed in. Just sit it right down in there and just wind it down in until it bottoms out. Probably the first time my shaft has ever bottomed out, I can tell you that right now. Get right down in there, and then we'll get it super tight. Imagine that's all it is. I mean, like I said, I've never done this before. People at home that have can drop in the comments that I might have effed that up or what, but she's in there tight. I don't know. Fuck it. Alright, well, that thing's drying. I don't know if it needs to dry or whatever, but while that thing's drying, we'll taking this guy apart. Get this prop off. This thing has been years of good service for me. Like I said, I mean, look at this thing. That thing's beat up, dude. It's been hit everything but the lottery, basically. So, I got my use out of it, and I never went over it, but price of the new lower unit assembly, $247 shipped to my house. Price of the new shaft, I want to say that was like $40. So maybe just right around $300 or so. I'm gonna have a new, basically like new working Xi3. Gotta love it. You can see there's a bunch of crap in there behind this. So in here, let's say I sucked up some braid or something, but if you look down in there, you can see those bushings I was talking about. Those seals are bad in there, and that is where the water is leaking in. It's just literally pouring in there. And if I were to take this just after using it, flip it upside down, the water would be full all the way up the shaft and it would just pour out of the head up there. So yeah, that was crazy. So let's get the head off and get this thing pulled out. Then we can figure out sliding that back in and drilling a hole for the head and all that. Okay, let's get these screws out. Normally I'd use a screwdriver. I couldn't find mine, but whatever. So I'm just going to use this guy here. Go out so I'm not smashing everything to bits like an idiot. One more over here. Alright. So, there's all my screws. I'll take those and put them right in the head. I mean, you can look in here and see like all just the leftover grossness that was in there from being submerged. And this right here is your GPS unit. So we want to be real careful with that. I'm going to take that off, pull that out, take these wires out. These are the wires that run through down into the armature and the brush set. We'll just disconnect those. We'll unscrew this screw right here, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can get the other shaft up through the transmission. Actually, you know what? We don't even need to. We can leave these guys attached because this whole assembly is coming off. We do have to loosen this guy up. Well, that's our nut that goes through. We also have to get this stuff unwrapped so we can disconnect this wiring. Had to go get my spectacles so I could see what I was doing. Okay, that's that. That's staying there. This is coming out. Once the screw comes out, you should be able to take this head out like that. We'll set that over there. Put this guy like that for now. Okay, now after we get this shaft in this section through the transmission, we're going to have to re-drill this hole, get it set, get it squared up, and then get that drilled out. Okay, now just slide this collar off like that. Keep this stuff inside. Now, with any luck, I think we just slide this whole assembly right out. Just like that. Boom. Boom. Old assembly out. Legit. Alright, now, I'm going to take this guy out of the box. We'll get a paper towel, clean all this up here, but that's what it's supposed to be right there. There's the new setup, the new shaft. Yeah, baby. Like I said, we're just gonna clean this up real quick. I'm gonna have to be super clean because I'm going to give this a quick little sand, and then I'm gonna spray it down with some it's kind of like a moss green matte colored paint, because I don't know, I've always wondered if this white motor, fish see it when you get close or not. I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Alright, we're going to take this, I'm going to grab our base here. I'm going to feed our wires up through our transmission. Get that up through there, like so. I'm going to take our unit. Oh, I had to take this tape off. I did that to protect the shaft when I was cutting it. Now we should be able to just take this and slide it right up through. Like that. Oh yeah. Bingo. That's what I'm talking about. Now we just gotta square the head up with this. Nice and 90 degrees straight there. Drill our hole for our center bolt. Put this thing back on and we should be good. Take a quick break for pizza. Well, like I said, pizza break. Old DiGiorno pepperoni. And a little bit of the old Price is Right. You can't go wrong with that. Come on, Drew. Alright, we are back from our pizza break. What I did was I just ran my wires up through the head of this thing. I let the wires just kind of dangle down there for a minute. What we need to do now is make sure this head is exactly in line with the lower unit. So I'll take it, spin it around, F it up, because I had it pretty close. I think that's pretty close. You want it to be pretty close because this is gonna, you know, obviously this points in the direction you're traveling. But for now, we're just going to take a Sharpie and we're going to mark the position of that hole right there and right there. Whoa, easy guy, easy. There's the marks. Get my spectacles, and then we're gonna drill this thing out. Alright, now that we've got our spot marked to drill, we're gonna go real easy. We're just gonna drill one side, then flip around the other, because we don't want to hit these wires. Alright, we got our holes now for our bolt. Put our head on, get this thing lined up, and get it bolted up. Okay, just gonna run our wires up through. Get our head pushed down. You want to make sure it sits down. See how that sits down all the way against this collar? I'm going to take our bolt. See if we can't get it to line up. Make sure these wires are separated enough. Go real slow with this. Make sure our wires aren't getting pinched. Through the other side, like so. But before we get too far, we want to make sure that we get our nut right in there first. So we're going to take our nut, make sure that this side is out. We're going to put it right inside there like that. Keep our finger on it. Now, we're going to zip this through. Alright. That's on there, nice and tight. Now we just gotta get everything run back through. We'll get these wires connected to these wires and put the cover back on, and then we'll take it outside and test it. You guys don't want to see that boring shit, so I'm gonna wrap this up and then we'll go outside, grab one of those amp batteries, go outside and hook it up, make sure it works. I will show you one thing when you're putting this back together. There's a groove here that this wire needs to go in. This goes to your GPS. This little ring will lock into this little spot here. So you want to make sure you get that lined up pretty good. I'm going to sit down in there like this. You can kind of see where it was before. Boom, just like that. And then when you put the head back on, everything will be nice and watertight in there. Yes, I'll show you guys this right here real quick. We're just clean up some wiring harness here. Get some of this stuff stripped off. Like that. Here's a nice scrub on, and then it's just going to be, you know, red to red, white to black. The wiring is done. You do want to just tape these connections up real good just to make sure that anything weird doesn't happen in there. Alright, last thing to do inside the house is to put the prop back on. Little cotter pin in there. Lines up with this line here. Just like that. Washer. The nut. That's that. Alright, like I said, it's raining, so I'm taking the whole cover off. Just gonna connect my amp battery back here. Put my brand new Frankenstein motor on. Plug it in. We have power. We've got prop. We've got a brand new Motorguide. Before I chop my finger off, I'm going to shut that off. But $245 for a new lower unit. Another, I want to say this is 40, maybe 60 bucks. Again, I'll link it down below. But for that, using our head, our wiring, our transmission, boom, we have a new motor. And she's ripping. She's quiet. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Alright, now to take this plug off, take the motor off, take the battery back into the house, go back in the basement, and then go ahead and take this whole thing off again because I fucked up and didn't put the collar on there like a dumbass. Well, that is gonna do it for the video. Back outside in the rain so I can cover my kayak back up. But hey man, if you, or lady, or both, or whatever, if you like this video, I appreciate you watching. If you thought this video was trash and all my other videos are trash, well then I guess my channel's not for you. But if you're just an average dude that likes to fish, or average dudette, or whatever, then I hope this channel is good for you. I hope you liked the video. I hope it made you think that you can do this, because if I can do it, hey, see that? I just got water all over myself. I'm dumb as fuck. If I can do this, you can definitely do this. Again, check out Lakeside Marine and Service. That's where I get all the parts for this. They are not a sponsor of this video. It just happened to work out that they had the stuff that I wanted, and I bought it from them. I think I did this whole project for, I don't know, definitely under 300 bucks, including shipping and everything. And I don't know, I mean, with my pizza break and everything, actual labor, I'd say it took me about an hour. I mean, it wasn't very hard for a dumbass. So anyways, again, thanks for checking out the channel. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help us out. I'm trying to build this channel this year and maybe do some stuff other than fishing, because my fishing videos suck apparently, because they get hardly any views. So hopefully this DIY stuff works. Anyways, that's an Xi3, brand new lower unit assembly, brand new shaft, put together, added back on to my head with my controls, my transmission and all that. We fired it up, you saw it here, it works, you can do it. Now it's time to go fishing.